Back in 1701, long before this land became a nation, Cadillac planted the colors of France on Detroit's shore. And thus began a rich and inspiring history which has brought Detroit to its finest hour.
Detroit State of Mind is on the air. Bringing you the sounds of Detroit's underground, straight to your ear hole. Rock, punk, and metal. If it's Detroit, you'll hear it here. Unless you're a dick. And now, your overlords, Rich and Dave.
Georgia's all my mind. I'm stuck here in this Detroit state of mind.
introduce the band to you right now. On to my left, on guitar, Mr. Bill Bogue. To my right, on guitar, Aaron Wycheck. The master of the jazz drums, and also metal, Mr. Larry Nagel on drums. And my name is Paul, and I play the bass. And I sing a little bit too. Now we're going fast part. I've seen those skeletons in the valley rise. I felt the spirit lift my soul up to the skies. I've held the hand of God. I felt the forward flow. I plugged this guitar in to let the metal flow. Take it, boys.
You guys ready to go?
Yep. Sure.
Let's do this.
Detroit State of Mind is on the air. Episode 61. We got Theandric and Theandric. Oh my God, I can't even say it right. I have speech impediment.
It's Theandric.
Theandric?
That's right.
Theandric?
It's one word, yeah, Theandric.
Why do you got to make it so hard?
Talk to that guy.
Because our
I just
music,
went to high school, man.
our music is hard, our music is heavy. And,
Yeah, it is.
you know.
You guys are all over the place on those freaking instruments, man. It's unbelievable.
Thank you. Yeah, we definitely decided when we got together, we're all into the same kind of things, that stuff that's heavy and powerful, but also intricate.
Complicated as hell.
Right, exactly. You know, so there's some Rush, there's some Metallica, there's some Maiden, there's a lot of different kind of ingredients to what we do.
Yes, there is, for sure. So let's go around the table. Let's introduce yourselves and tell the fans what you do in the band.
So my name's Larry Nagel. I am the drummer in Theandric.
Bill Bogue, guitar player.
In Theandric?
Paul Tiseo.
In Theandric. I think I just joined the band.
I just want to
have
say
no
it a few
fucking
more
idea.
times so it rolls off the tongue better for
Right.
me. Sorry. Carry on.
All right, I'm Paul Tiseo, lead vocalist and bass player for Theandric.
And Aaron Weinzak, guitarist in Theandric.
Right on.
Of the Andric.
And
So-
you do backup vocals.
And backup vocals.
Oh, yeah.
So how long is I can't even say. how long have you guys been a band? Whoever wants to answer.
Okay, well, let's see. We, three of us, that was before Larry came along. So it was myself, Aaron, and Bill.
So you had no drummer?
Well, we did, but we'll get to that.
Okay, carry on.
About fall 2019.
Okay.
And so the story was Bill and our friend Matt, who's a drummer, were playing in an 80s band called That. Right? That 80s band?
Yeah.
I think.
Cover band.
And they had a show and they needed a bass player to fill in. So they rang me up and I filled in for those two shows. In the meantime, we discovered that we all dug the same stuff. Heavy metal and prog rock and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, I had not really been playing much metal for a while. I was playing a lot of acoustic guitar, but I was getting into
heavy music again. And so I'd been working on some songs, and so I asked Bill and Matt, like, hey, would you be interested in working on some?
Hell no.
Yeah.
I want to play my 80s songs.
Right.
Benatar.
Yeah. Bill
So you
was
guys
like,
play like 80s pop songs or whatever?
Yeah, it's a total cover band thing.
So you're getting paid.
Oh, yeah.
that
yeah,
was the
fucking
deal,
show off.
Yeah.
What's it like to have money in your pocket?
As a musician,
For being
it's
play-
great.
yeah,
You're
yeah, yeah.
playing other people's music, but it's not very satisfying. But it's,
Just suck the soul
like,
out of you?
You're like playing weddings and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's depressing.
Yeah.
I really play
Kinda,
divorce
yeah.
parties.
Or
Probably more
horse
fun.
It is. It is. I played in barns before.
And so let's see. So we had Bill and Matt,
Pigs and goats and shit.
Well, that's segued.
and then I was surfing on the internet, and I went to Craigslist.
What were you looking for, dude?
Well, they've shut down that page that I used to go to. That's not around anymore. But anyway, I went to the musicians section.
Because the other one wasn't around anymore.
Right.
I guess I might as well play in a band or something.
Oh, I got nothing left to do now. So yeah, so and Craigslist for musicians is lots of fun because it's about half musicians, good dudes, and half sociopaths.
Which is the weirdos.
Right. So it's like, we'll see. Let's roll the dice, see what we get today.
Have you ran into both in your search?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the wildest person you ran into on Craigslist?
Guy named Rich.
Have you heard about Detroit State?
That was MySpace, dude. Okay.
Most common was just a lot of flaky bass players, and I feel shame as a bass player myself. Like many, it's like getting stood up repeatedly. Trying to get a band together. So in fact, yeah, Bill and I had another aborted project some years ago when we were trying to.
You want to find a bass player?
Well, actually, no, I was playing bass at that time, but I don't know. It's all confused. I'm over 40, so I can't remember anything. Yeah, but anyway, Aaron had a great ad on Craigslist, and he was looking to play again. And you'd been out of the scene for a bit, right?
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Well, no, in
I didn't realize that you're directing everything now.
Sorry,
So,
man.
okay, so this is how this is gonna go. Okay, that's cool.
I'm the
Fucking
lead
singer guy.
Sorry.
We won't. You've got to be out front with everything.
Yeah, we didn't have the ego ramp down here for him.
Could I have some lemon water, please?
Yeah, 7-Eleven right down the fucking road. We're gonna talk to this guy now. Hurry back.
Yeah, I don't know. I played in high school, metal bands and whatnot, and a little bit after played in garage punk band, played bass, amateur anthropologist. And then I stopped playing for a while during school, and then I was getting back into it when I graduated. So made a Craigslist ad. I'm glad Paul didn't murder me. It was a 50-50 shot when I first met him. Still is. But no, that's
He looks like a really nice, sweet guy, man. He
Paul?
doesn't look harmless at all. There's something in his eyeballs that
wait till we get in the car
oh shit.
on the way home.
Well, that's a you problem.
This was our final show. Thank you.
A couple bands that broke up after they've been here. Well,
no.
It wouldn't shock me. A couple other bands got record deals, so we are catalysts one way or another.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll go with the latter one.
So you put the ad out.
Yep.
You answered, and then was he already on board, or like how did the rest of this play out?
Yeah, so Bill and Matt, the previous drummer, we started jamming together, and then found Aaron about the same time, and then we just started in Bill's basement. And of course, we started out where we didn't have any songs, so we were jamming on Iron Maiden
Just cover
stuff
tunes,
and Rush.
Yeah, let's write a bunch of really hard shit.
After that, then we were like, all right, well,
Okay.
I had a couple demos, then people were into it, and so we started working on those original songs.
Yep.
And things were ramping up nicely, and then so fall 2019, and then of course we all know what happened in 2020.
So we moved
I missed about a year and a half. Could you clue me in?
So we moved to the garage.
No idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was.
That
scared
was
shitless.
when the whole world decided, hey, let's all cosplay a dystopian apocalyptic scenario. Wouldn't that be fun if we all just stay home and don't do shit anymore? And
I got to tell you, work-wise, for a minute, I was actually digging the fuck out of it, man. Then about 9 months in, I'm like, I'm kind of fucking bored, man.
right. Yeah.
Like I want to see anybody's face.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, there were definitely blessings. Like we were gearing up to start playing, and then that got shut down. But it actually created time and space for us to keep.
Yeah. So what were you guys
writing
doing
songs.
during that time frame then? Just writing the shit out of songs and
Totally. Yeah.
like perfecting the craft, so to speak, and getting to know each other. I'm assuming, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were it was like a big creative juices were flowing because stuck at home every day, and so we had songs coming out every month with probably something new that we'd start working on, and then as we kept practicing through the year, and then we got to the point where we're like, hey, we got a good collection of songs. How about we look at going to the studio to record this EP?
Was this prior to him coming on board, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So our friend Matt Voss is his name, really talented drummer, and he was with us and recorded the EP with us.
So what happened with him?
Yeah. Well,
Wasn't really into it overall, right?
yeah.
He's like, you guys suck. Bye.
No, yeah, Alex.
Whatever. I mean, it is what it is.
So we're all, like we all have our day jobs in our lives, but we feel pretty passionately about the music and wanted to like be really active. So we wanted to play out and get out there and Matt.
For some people, it's hard though, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have family, kids,
totally,
depending on the job situation,
Bill and I
it
both
can be
have,
difficult.
Yeah, we have young families, so we know that it's a sacrifice. So, yeah, Matt is a great player, a great guy. He couldn't make the commitment to how much we wanted to do.
Yep.
So
Fair
yeah,
enough.
so
Craigslist ad 2.
fortunately,
Is this where Larry comes in?
fortunately, we didn't have to go the Craigslist route. Larry and I go way back. We had the same parole officer, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
No, Larry and I have played together in a variety of things through the years, and in different formats.
So you just hit him up, or like, hey, we're lacking a backbeat.
Well, yeah, certainly, like, it was a crisis when we knew Matt wouldn't commit.
It's a crisis.
So, like, we have this awesome.
We have COVID. We have no drummer. It's a fucking crisis, man.
Totally.
We got
right.
this 4-song EP we want to put out. We can't play it anymore.
Yeah, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
So,
So we found one drummer for a brief period of time.
we did.
And
Well, let's say that drummer will be.
that was one show and
we'll
done.
go nameless.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So we tried one guy, it didn't work out.
Yep.
And then
Wait, so the guy learned the songs, played one show, was like,
Yeah. Great drummer too.
great drummer.
Oh, that's a drag.
Nailed the songs, but
Yeah.
a band is like a marriage. The dynamics have to be right. Personalities have to be right. So
Valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't get along on a personal level, then the music doesn't really even freaking matter.
right, exactly.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the number one for us has always been let's have fun, let's hang out, make great music. Like that's always number one. This better be fun.
If it's financial, then just stop playing now, man.
Yeah.
Totally.
If we were in this for the money, we wouldn't be playing metal. So
What would you be playing?
we'd be back in
80s
the 80s
pop
band,
shit?
yeah.
Was it K-pop?
The kids, is that still a thing?
Maybe.
My daughters were into that about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. Oh,
It was huge. They were dancing around upstairs. It was stupid. It was ridiculous. It was terrible.
that's awesome.
If Theandric doesn't work out, we're gonna be a Taylor Swift / Beyonce tribute band.
Oh, God.
Right.
I mean, suicide's always an option. Don't do that.
You heard it here, Detroit State of Mind.
Yeah. So then
I give the best advice.
You gave Larry a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd have Larry and like Larry, I know, and now Larry comes from a jazz background. If you haven't noticed from his
Little bit, yeah.
fine T-shirt. So tell us, Larry, about your. Oh no, I'm taking over again. Sorry.
No, carry on.
Okay, Larry, tell us about.
I'm just gonna leave and go get some pizza. Like you guys just keep talking, man.
Yeah.
I just default. Sorry. Yeah. How did you hook up with us?
Do you want me to tell the story of our first gig together?
Yes.
Yes,
yeah. That's
that
a
would
great
be
story.
cool. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. So there was a little drama involved in this. I think it was.
Shit.
Yeah.
Was there like a fight almost
So-
ensued?
So
No, not that kind of drama. No. So
Matt
we-
was actually still in the band
Yeah.
at this point.
Oh.
So
Well, this is gonna be juicy.
No, this is great. So Matt, one of the concerns Matt had with commitment was he was in another band, and a couple.
Okay.
But we were opening up for the Iron Maidens. These
Chicks are hot as hell.
right. Matt,
Sorry,
Iron
I'm saying I
Maidens.
can say it. I don't give a crap
So
if
it
you
was
guys
like,
do or not.
It was a great show for
Yeah.
us, right? It was
Yeah.
one kind of our first big show at
Was that a token gig
Token
or
Lounge, right?
Yeah.
Token Lounge.
And
Was that a Paul Cobb thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw that fucker under the bus. Fuck him. Do you have to sell tickets?
We did at the sell
Yeah.
We had to
motherfucking
sell
ticket.
I heard that guy moved out of state recently, so he ain't gonna listen to shit anyway.
He's still active.
I just don't like the
He's-
guy.
He's out there. If you want to sell tickets, he's out there. But
Well,
anyway.
So yeah,
I have my
so
opinion.
Matt fell off a drum riser the night before, backwards while playing a show, and broke 3 ribs.
Shut
and a few
up.
other things.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
Like,
so was
total
it-
spinal tap.
Was there a couple like some beers involved, or like just
No.
the drums thrown was like that close to the back, or
It was 6 feet off the ground.
holy shit?
and to set, we
Was
had
he
been-
okay?
No.
No.
So we
no,
had
he drove
been-
home, broken ribs and something else.
Oh, and I heard that's super painful
he was in
too.
where was he? Up north, right? He was in
Somewhere in
Bay
Michigan,
City or
I
something.
think.
He lives in Royal Oak or Berkeley or something. So he drove home. Oh yeah, poor guy. So
We had been we'd been practicing for months.
Yeah.
And this was our first big gig at the Token. Like, oh, we're gonna play. This is our debut.
Right.
And so we're
That's
all
the Iron
good to
Maiden's
go.
gig.
yeah.
The Iron
Okay.
Maiden's gig, July 11th, 2021 or something.
2020.
And so I am joking to the guys like a week as the weeks are leading up to the gig. I'm joking with the guys. I'm like, hey, everybody, can you please just delay any family emergencies to July 12th?
See what happens when you open your
Please-
fucking mouth.
I know. This is the problem. And I'm a singer. So yeah. So like
You wrote that shit into fucking fruition, man.
that morning, right? We're all excited, nervous, but excited about the show. 10 o'clock in the morning, I get a call from Matt, and he sounds like he got run over by a bus. Because
I can imagine.
And he's just like, dude, Paul, I fell off the stage last night. I can't move. I can't move out of bed. I'm so sorry. I can't do the. And I'm like, are you fucking with me?
Right.
This is a joke. What the hell, man? But no, like, soon I realized this is legit. Like, he cannot even move his body. He was stuck in bed, laid up. So
I can't imagine the kind of pain he was probably in.
So we're supposed to load up at the Token at like 6 o'clock. We have no drummer, and I'm just thinking, what the fuck are we gonna do? So I call Larry. I'm like, Larry, you know how you were gonna come see us tonight? How about you play the show? With
So he
us?"
did not even know the songs at all.
The only thing that helped us was that I had shared along the month, like as the months were going by, I'd share songs with Larry just so I could see what we were up to.
Right.
So he at least
So the
had,
basic
like,
guys of the vein of music, at least.
I don't
at
know,
least-
Larry. What do you say?
At least.
Yeah. So what ended up happening was, Paul called me. I don't know. It was like 9 or 10 in the morning on that day. He's like, "What are you doing tonight? Still coming to the show?" Because So Paul had shared the songs with me, but I had just listened to them a few times. I was prepared to come to the show and watch them rock out and be a fan.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, I guess I know what I'm doing today. So I ended up.
Did you listen to
getting
this
out-
shit all day long?
I did, and then I ended up writing out like little charts, like cheat sheet charts.
Right.
So reading down a chart on a music stand is not the most metal thing.
No, absolutely
that a band
not.
is going to do, but it was survival. So
Right.
this was my only option. Didn't know that, and they're complicated songs to be never having played.
Hell
before.
yeah.
So this wasn't like Mustang Sally.
Right.
Thank God. So anyway, it was a matter of. And the other thing was I wasn't really accustomed to doing which we did at that show, playing with backing tracks, in-ears and click and all that on a live situation. So I didn't know how to put the in-ears in.
You guys are playing. You were playing with a click track today, weren't you?
I was not. No,
I swear I had a click track.
I
Playing.
had a metronome. I was using it just to cue up the songs.
Okay.
But during the live show, I didn't know how to wear the in-ears. Like they're falling out. Bill loaned me a skull cap, which I used to make
lock them in?
trying to make myself look pretty cool. But I
Fucking lost it.
I
after
ended
the
up
show.
just putting on the cap to hold the things in, and
Just like duct tape them around your head.
it was close
Oh,
to
yeah.
that. If we had duct
Yeah.
tape, I would have used it. Yeah. So, it was white knuckling the whole time. We got through it with some clunkers, but we survived it. And that was the first show.
so one. Do you think you pulled it off?
I did okay. I mean, it was.
He
I mean-
saved our asses.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, secondarily, if the crowd has
saved our
never
asses.
heard you guys before, they don't know shit from nothing, man.
That's
Right.
the beauty of original music.
Yeah, even if you screwed up,
right, meant to do
you,
it.
you probably nailed it to the crowd.
Yeah.
He saved our ass. For
So
sure.
we got
I mean,
through
we
it.
got through the songs. We didn't have to cancel. Like, it was, Larry is forever, we're in.
So
his
was
neck.
he in the
David
band?
gave him $2 and said, "See you, bro."
I think they bought me a club soda, which is
Yeah, I
a
think
Token
so.
Lounge. It
Yeah.
was worth something.
Nice.
He got a handshake from Paul Cobb.
So I'm biting. I'm never.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
So
skip
so was he in the band from that point on then, or
that. No,
it
actually,
was just a So Homeboy had to heal, and then he came back, and then
No, because when Homeboy healed, it was
Yeah, we pretty much once
It was
Matt
kinda
got
happening in a way.
injured, and we had already talked about like, yeah, you can't really commit. So we were.
so he never came back then.
no.
Yeah, we were drummerless, and then it was like, yeah, we got to figure out this.
Okay, well, here comes Larry.
Yeah,
Done.
So,
About 6 months later, we went
It
through a
seems
couple
like a
drummers,
couple
and
months.
then
Yeah, we
we're like,
tried.
why don't we call Larry?
um,
You know,
yeah,
saved our ass once. And,
Oh, so you were actually trying out other drummers like after that gig? Okay, and obviously they didn't think about you enough to just invite you right then and there.
I thought $2
after you
was
saved their
good.
asses.
Where's my $2?
I feel.
I would have told them no. Screw these guys.
Well, so for me, I've got my hands in some other musical projects, and at the time I was trying to get a little jazz trio quartet thing off the ground. So
Okay.
I was kind of putting my energy into that, but it just worked out for us later, kind of everything lined up, because the stuff that I was doing wasn't really taking up that much time, and I didn't feel like it was something that was going to prevent me from playing with these guys. And the music was great. I loved playing with them. I loved the songs. In the process of learning the songs, I fell in love with them. So I was like, this is great. Let's do it again.
Yeah, I mean, it was. We never had any doubt in like Larry's ability. It's just like, in reality, of course, drummers are always playing in like 3 or 4 bands, you know. And,
I know one guy who's in 5 bands right now. He's been over here in 4 different bands on different podcasts.
right.
Wow.
So to find a drummer who's talented, professional, great person,
It has the time.
great hang. I mean, so all these guys are treasures here that we got together. So yeah, thankfully.
So that was the birth of your band. I'm not even gonna try to say your name again.
Theandric.
It's like I have a lisp.
Theandric came together in full force once Larry got on board.
So did you guys have a second show after the Iron Maidens gig before Larry came on full time, or?
Smalls, didn't we?
Let's see.
Smalls and
Yeah, we
Parsons.
played at Smalls with the nameless drummer,
Okay.
and so that didn't work. And then I know Matt played with us once actually when we did New
Parts and
Dodge.
Labor or New Dodge?
He did.
He helped
did a
us.
New Dodge.
Yeah,
so-
we were still in the search, but he helped us
yeah.
out.
And then, do you remember your first gig with us?
It was Parts and Labor.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about a year ago.
All right, in
Yeah.
Melvindale, Michigan.
Yeah, I have not been there yet. I've heard amazing things about the joint.
Great
It's
little-
fun,
Great,
yeah.
great
Yeah,
place.
good crowd there and everything.
Good crowd, cozy place, like
Yeah.
really friendly to bands, and yeah, we
It's just fun. Like, it's downriver. I'm lazy, dude.
yeah.
I barely drive 4 miles up and down Harper here. Like, I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a neat
yeah, we
place.
played there a couple times last year, so
Mhm.
it was cool.
Yeah, they're
Very
good
sweet.
place. That's how we got here.
Yeah, so we had, the EP came out February 2022, and then from then on, it was just like, hey, let's try to play as much as we can, everywhere we can.
So, how many shows have you guys played? Like ballpark?
Probably like 15 or something like that. I would
Okay.
imagine. Yeah. Yeah, we had it was a good clip last year, about once a month or so.
So how are the people responding to your music at this point?
They think we suck. They're just nobody's showing up.
No one can pronounce.
Well,
the
I mean
name.
that's yeah. I mean that's a battle. Wait, who said that? I mean, getting asses in seats has always been a battle in Detroit, man. At least as long as I've been playing, it's just like how do you make that happen? I don't know.
Right.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the challenge for all independent bands at the local level, trying to get people excited to come out.
Yeah.
I would say the response has been awesome when we for all the shows that we played. I mean, I think people really dig what we're doing. The feedback we get from our fellow musicians that we've gotten to play with has been really encouraging. And that for me has actually been the most fun part about being at Theandric this past year, was meeting the other bands in the scene.
There's a lot of great bands out there. A lot of cool people, dude. There's some assholes too, but is what it is, man.
Sure.
It is his life.
Fortunately, I think we met more cool people than
We did.
assholes.
A lot of great bands.
Knock
out
on
there.
wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of great bands.
But Blood Rune Sigil, our friends, psychedelic.
Yeah, those
prog
guys are
band.
coming here in a couple weeks.
Okay, cool.
I haven't listened to them yet. I don't remember. Maybe I did. I don't know.
we
Got
did,
a lot of bands coming through here.
We did shows
Yeah.
with Imminent Sonic Destruction.
That sounds evil. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't heard of those guys.
A heavier sort of prog prog metal band in the vein of, that's what would we say? Dream Theater, Haken,
Opeth.
in that.
Opeth.
Yeah, Opeth a little bit.
Just that
yeah.
kind of a that kind of a stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but we had some really cool. Probably that we talked about the highlight of last year in terms of gigs was we got to open up for Anvil at Magic.
The Canadian band?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, and this was at the Magic Bag.
The Magic Bag in Ferndale.
Yeah.
That was a great.
I love
Great
that
show.
documentary, man. I'd love to meet that singer guy, man.
Lips.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
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 It's such a tragic freaking story.
It's yeah. I mean, like it's.
You
also,
guys like meet him, talk to him, and hang like.
We're in the green room with him for a while,
Yeah.
just hanging out.
It's
So
like,
how's his emotional state?
He was exhausted that night.
Yeah.
Like, he just laid on the sofa and was in a. When you say he was like in and out of sleep, talking to us.
Well, I mean, 40 years of struggling, that's going to make anyone tired.
Yeah,
Right.
the guy was. I mean, they were nice people, but they
Yeah.
were exhausted.
That's the thing, you know. Like
You know,
those guys work hard, right?
Yeah.
they do.
So they're,
It's like they can't catch a fucking break, man. Or they get a break and then they. Is it the other guitar player or whatever, the other member from the documentary? They fight all the time. Is that guy still in the band too, or is it just the main singer?
There were three guys, right? Drummer,
so
bass,
they're a
and singer.
trio. Yeah. The good Lips, the singer, and the drummer are the two like main guys who've always been together. And
Okay.
they've sort of had revolving doors of bass players, but I want to say massive respect to Anvil. They're working hard. They're touring hard. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, at this point, it's all you freaking know. I mean,
Yeah.
At this point, right?
you know.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, yeah, they put on a great show. It was fun, but like we were talking about, it's hard to get people out. And this was still sort of like we were half pandemic, half not.
Right.
You know, so it was.
Well, I mean, at that point, people should be dying to get out of the freaking house if there's a show. I really thought when things kind of opened up, whatever, the bars would be freaking packed with freaking people. She'd be ass to nuts, whatever, and it just wasn't like that, man.
yeah. People were talking about. We hope it's going to be like Roaring '20s, where people are.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like,
What the hell happened?
I don't know. We're trying to get people back out into. I mean, live music, and there's so many great bands locally that you
But
can
there's a
see.
lot of bars shutting down at the same time, so that there's not a lot of venues for these bands to play at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are these people doing?
The
Please tell
the
me.
show in Ferndale, yeah, the was packed. The Imminent Sonic Destruction show we played with those guys. That was at the
Loving Touch.
Loving Touch.
That's a great venue too.
It's a great venue, and it was
Ferndale kind of,
totally packed. But you have foot traffic,
yeah. Ferndale has its own built-in vibe and thing going on there.
right? And when you play like Smalls or other places, it's almost like some way a destination. Like you said, you gotta kind of get in your car and go. And
See, for
Go see
me,
bands and
Smalls is like that area, like Hamtramck. That's my like New Dodge. I love
Yeah.
going down there. 'Cause, 15-minute ride, whatever. I'd
Yeah.
rather go down there than the Ferndale. Like that's just my preference, whatever.
yeah, I mean, the times we played, it was kind of wintertime, wasn't it? Ish. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like you said, people just didn't have big crowds, even when we had multiple
we are,
bands on the bill and stuff. It just, like you said, Rich, it was not many people would show up.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Like I said, like was it the foot traffic? Was it the weather? Was it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Hopefully it gets better.
Our appeal is getting more selective. Like Spinal Tap.
Yeah, go with that.
Speaking of Smalls, we will be playing at Smalls in May. It's May 21st, I think.
So you guys have played there before?
Yeah.
On stage, that sound on stage for the band is one of the best sounds
I
ever.
agree.
That sound
I agree.
guy fucking nails it,
Yeah,
dude.
he's awesome.
right?
I forget his
Remember his
name, but
yeah,
that was
he's great.
Mike,
Yeah.
Steve, I don't know. I could be just making shit up. I don't know. the guy's phenomenal,
He is great.
man.
He's great.
yeah. As a vocalist, that was the best I ever felt. That I could hear myself back.
Yeah.
At Smalls.
I've seen like little 3-piece bands. They sound like they're in a stadium out in the crowd, and it's a small little venue, man.
Yeah,
But it's
it's a great venue.
Yeah,
it is. It
They
really
did a
is.
Good job.
It is.
So we're gonna play there in May. It's a couple of metal bands. Among These Ashes is one to watch out for. They've got stuff coming out soon, and then Tyrant, who are a Lansing-based metal band, and they had put out a record last year that they're promoting. So yeah, if you're listening in May 21st, Smalls.
Everyone's listening.
All right. Very good.
Theandric in the house.
That's right.
You said it.
Did I say it right?
You said it right.
Yes.
May 21st. Sunday, May 21st. Yeah. We also are going to play at Corktown Tavern, which we haven't played before. That's in April. Wednesday, April 5th. So. He's gonna tell me later how that is. All right. Well, maybe there's a reason we haven't played there yet. But anyway, we just got to bring the metal to the masses wherever there's a stage. And
So you've never played there before?
we have not. No.
So the shittiest part is it's upstairs.
Okay.
Huge flight of stairs.
Ah, yes.
Bring your small amps, fellas. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha. That's why I won't get the 8x10 Ampeg yet.
No. See, you're working smart, not hard, man. Again, I got a little like 110 Fender Custom Deluxe over there. I'm not lugging gear around anymore.
Yeah.
Too old for that shit.
However, now that we have the Friedman, we have to bring it everywhere because it's
We
so
do.
godly.
It is badass. But I mean,
We do.
I gotta tell you what, besides the Friedman, it's my favorite amp these days. The Mesa Boogie, dude. Come on, you can't go freaking wrong with that, dude.
It's badass.
It is
classic.
badass.
It's a
dude,
classic amp.
It's got the tone, man. But for whatever reason, that Friedman's just grabbing me these days, man. I don't. Maybe it's because new and different. I don't know.
It's just amazing tone.
Yeah.
That sound good.
So let's go around the table, and actually, we should take a little break here. We're gonna play some Theandric. Woohoo! I'm not making fun of your name. Like it's really hard for me to say.
The Andric.
I don't think
Say it
God,
quick.
that's fine.
The Andric.
The Andric. Just say it like
Theandric.
that quick.
Well,
Yeah,
the-
we're gonna play
The-
some Theandric,
Yeah.
and we'll be right back.
Oh, can you hear the fight, the sound of the ship with me, man? Will ye ask the sheriff no? Did the battle see, man? Saw the battle, saw the fight, the redcoats and the Jacobites. Who was wrong and who was right? What is false and what is true? When the battle comes to you, will you fight or flee, man? To the side, being slave or free man. Many fought and many died for the victory, man. Raise your sword and raise your shield. Life is but a battlefield. Never fought and never yield. The end is near. Not a fear will come to fear. So it goes, you see, man. On the field of Jericho, and he landed. Will you fight or will you king will separate the goats from the sheep. Soaked in lukewarm apathy, cloaked in black hypocrisy. Neither cold nor hot. When you face eternity, will you laugh or weep? Fight for right. Stand your ground. Win the crown.
Fake break. Don't get up unless you have to pee. It's just for editing.
Yeah.
And we're back. What was that song about we just heard?
Yeah, well, which one
Like,
was
like
it?
you tell me.
It was about
the first one, Flight Among the Tombs.
a girl I met in college.
It's
Now she's in a graveyard and he's flying around in a witch's broom.
Well, we could talk about Flight Among the
It might
Tombs.
be that song. It might not be that song. I have no idea. I'm not editing this video.
Okay.
My buddy's doing this.
Okay, well, let's talk about title track of our EP, Flight Among the Tombs.
Sure, let's go with that.
And
Dave, don't play this one here.
screw everything up. This song was born out of
I love sabotage.
some epic riffs that were created by Mr. Aaron Weincheck.
Yeah.
When were you writing some of those riffs?
I wrote that in high school when I was like 16, and I was listening to a lot of Trivium, Megadeth, a lot of Maiden, and just wanted to do like a cool instrumental, and just like something that goes riff to riff to riff to riff to riff, and just like never goes back.
Yeah.
And I never knew what to do with it in other bands or on my own. And Paul, I sent it to him. He kind of, saw something with it, kind of pieced it around a little bit and wrote words to it, and it came out great.
Yeah, it was cool. I was driving around my car. I was listening to his riffs, and for some reason, I had been reading this book of poetry at the time called Flight Among the Tombs, and it's poetry about different facets of death, very metal. And so anyway, I was driving around listening to the riff, and then I had an idea of like, ooh, let's take a flight among the tombs, and then lyrics started just kind of flowing.
That's
from
deep,
there.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, again, it was during the pandemic time where I had all this time to like sit around either writing songs or reading, because I actually enjoy reading, but high school has a way of killing your love for anything by making you do it. So I was reading.
Are you okay, man?
I'm working through it each week in therapy. Yeah, so Flight Among the Tombs is cool too because we have, if you hear the EP, there's a grand organ that starts the song, and that was actually, it's Aaron's riff. One of my ideas was like, what if we take his riff and transpose it to organ? So it kept.
I listened to that one this morning.
Okay, cool.
And it's like, I'm like, I just scroll. I'm like, is there even a singer in this band? Like
Yeah.
The intro is so long.
It's true.
But then I'm looking at like, okay, this song's like 6 minutes, 5 minutes. What? It was a very long song. I'm like, okay, there's something's got to kick in eventually, and sure shit, it did. Then I went back to the beginning. That the keys, the organ, is so badass,
Oh,
dude.
totally, yeah.
I was hoping to actually hear that today on like a backing track or something like that, or some kind of trigger or something.
Yeah, we do it sometimes. We're actually, we didn't use them today because we like to rock out either way.
Right.
The keyboards add another dimension to our music, but it's also fun to just rock out and be chained to the click.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So we're
Do
actually.
you guys have that as a backing track? Like sometimes you play it live and
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, people really get excited when you hear the organ start.
Dude, it's creepy. It's eerie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So we're into that.
We're gonna do a Vincent Price thing.
That's right.
We'll
yeah,
throw
we
some
just-
samples in there.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, we did on Ozymandias one show. Didn't
Yeah. I had mentioned the.
Why are you
song,
whispering?
we? It's so cozy.
You have, like, a little-
it's these chairs.
You will have hemorrhoids by the time we're done here.
Yeah, the song Ozymandias, based on this poem, English poem, we found what I really wanted, which we couldn't do, was we wanted Bruce Dickinson to narrate the poem on our EP. But for some reason,
Did you ask?
He wouldn't return my calls or emails.
Did you really like try to contact them?
I actually did.
You did email.
What, dude?
Yeah.
Shoot your shot, dude. Why
I know,
not?
right? We'll figure out that would be so cool.
You'd be surprised, man. All you gotta do is ask sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we tried, and that didn't happen. But we found a old old clip of Vincent Price reading the poem. So sometimes we'll use that live as an intro.
That's the
to
last track on the EP.
Yeah. So it's cool too.
Got that wind blowing and stuff. And he starts
Bruce
talking.
Dickinson would have been cooler though.
I know.
Right.
What the hell?
Totally.
For whatever.
Hey, Bruce, if you're listening, watching,
Yeah.
come on, man.
If a major label
Don't be
ever
a
signs
dick.
us, that's going to be in the contract. Be like, please get Bruce to narrate.
And then he'd be thrown out the label the next day.
That's the whole budget right there.
Right? So,
It's a flight. Yeah.
what got you all started in music? Let's start with you, man. Let's go around the table.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I mean, you mentioned a little bit, but
Yeah, my dad's like kind of an older hippie dude. He's got all of his vinyl still from the 70s. So I grew up on a lot of that music. I had an older brother that listened to Metallica, GNR, Pantera, stuff like that. So I just between them got deeper and deeper. Found Iron Maiden, which is like everything to me, and then just deeper and deeper into metal and stuff. So picked up a guitar and just kept going.
at what age?
Guitar, I think 7, and then got really into it maybe at like 12.
Is that the only instrument you play?
I mean, I can dabble on drums, keyboards, stuff like that, but yeah, mostly guitar.
Right on.
Yeah.
But you said you played bass in a band?
Yeah, I played bass in a band for a couple of years, and it was
Yeah, but any asshole can play bass.
listen,
It's true.
You play guitar, you can play bass, dude.
You got 2 hands.
it was pretty fast bass stuff. I mean, I play guitar, and I was like, damn, this is kind of tough on my hands.
You said you said you played in a punk band.
Yeah.
So like what like vein of punk, whatever.
How would I describe
And if you're
it?
into Maiden and all this stuff, like why did you play in a punk band?
Yeah, so it was some buddies from high school, and their bass player left, and I wasn't doing much at the time, and I was like, sure, I can play that, no problem. So I borrowed my buddy's bass.
Was it harder than you thought? Or?
Way harder than I thought. Yeah, there's a song called "Hurt Hands," and I'm like, that's kind of a weird name, and I learned why. The bass player wrote it and named it that because it hurts your fucking hands. It's a hard song to play. These thick strings, and it's just nonstop. So.
Right. You gotta build them calluses up, man.
Big time, yeah. It was a lot of fun, though. I mean, we played a lot, and
What was the name of the band?
Amateur Anthropologist. I mean, you can probably find some stuff on YouTube and whatnot. And I still
That's a
love
very
it.
long name.
Yes, Amateur Anthropologist.
Easier
we
to
would-
pronounce
yeah.
than Theandric.
We would get
It
messages.
kind
from,
of is.
Yeah, we get messages from like anthropology students and stuff all the time, and like reaching out, thinking we're like an organization or something like that. Or like,
Can I get an
we're a band.
internship?
Yeah. Come out.
This next song's about bones
Yeah.
and dirt.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a lot of fun though. It was cool.
So
So what about you, man?
Yeah, I guess my turn. Let's see. So I grew up in a household where also my dad loved music and had a whole vinyl collection. Although he was into, I don't know, like soft rock stuff and
Michael McDonald.
well, like John Denver, Neil Diamond.
I love that shit.
I do love Bee Gees though. He would play the Bee Gees. And then he actually was born in Italy, so he loved opera music, and so I'd hear Pavarotti a lot. And I still love Pavarotti, legendary voice.
Good songs to kill people too.
I like that. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Sopranos.
Yeah. Hello.
So we had music in the house a lot, and then we all had to do piano lessons, which kind of sucked. And then I had a friend.
Did it really suck though? Did it actually like form you as a musician though? In hindsight,
Absolutely. Certainly now I appreciate it.
I wish somebody would send me to piano lessons. I want to play piano to this day, and I don't know how to freaking play.
Yeah, you know, when you're a kid, you're dumb. You're just like, this sucks. But now, now I appreciate it for sure.
Do you still play or know how?
Yeah.
I remember how to play.
Yeah. And sometimes I write songs while I'm just.
See, it wasn't so bad after all, was it?
Yeah. So, you know, kudos to my parents. Then I had a friend in middle school who was telling me about some band named Iron Maiden. And he was like, I want to put together a band. You should play bass. And I was like, what's a bass? And so then I started to pay attention on the cassettes that I had of what the bass was. And then I begged my parents, can I please take bass lessons instead of piano lessons? And I wore them down. And then, yeah, from there I started playing bass.
So you actually joined that band then?
Yeah, well, you know, when you're sixth grade, it wasn't really a band, but I don't think we had two of us, or at least try to play some Maiden licks.
Like, we're going to get so many chicks, bro. Dude, by 8th grade, we'll have girlfriends and shit.
Right,
It's gonna be awesome.
That was the dream. Somehow, well, yeah, metal was sort of popular then. You had Motley Crue, Def Leppard, that kind of stuff. But,
Is that metal?
yeah. It was, you know, metal adjacent.
Not
I
really.
guess I'd say.
Metal adjacent. It's not even in the same zip code, man.
Yeah. So yeah, along the way I started picking up guitar as well, and then eventually this is a big. I've always wanted to sing, but I never really fully went all in and doing that. And then Theandric brought about the best circumstances where I have friendly, supportive musicians who are like, yeah, man, let's go for it.
This is the first band you sang in?
Yeah, as a lead
Really?
vocalist. Yeah.
I would think that you've been singing like for years and years and years.
Oh, thank you. That's great affirmation. Yeah, I was always kind of like doing backup stuff as a bass player, but in the last couple of years, I started actually taking vocal lessons and like really trying to go.
So do you think you've improved in the last couple of years? Like from where you were, you know, when you first started singing, whatever, or what?
Absolutely. And what was really cool is actually when we were recording the EP, because it took several months, and we did, you know, we're doing song by song, and ended up by the time we were on the last song of the recording, I realized that I had already like improved in my technique and skills.
So you listened to like, wow, that part's shit.
Exactly.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
So I actually went back and recut stuff because I was like, I'm singing better now. So
yeah,
you know, that's the great thing about our band. We also are like, we have a spirit of progress, not perfection. Like we all like to keep growing in our craft. And Theandric's not about like, we're all the best musicians in the world. It's more like, how can we each be the best that we are? And,
for what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the great
I
thing
agree.
about music. There's always more to learn and to express.
It's never ending.
Yeah. And you can be old and still do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can. As long as you can stand up, I guess.
Bill,
My turn.
Yeah. What about you, man? What got you started?
I'm gonna whisper over
Great.
Okay, here's the mic.
Great.
Okay, what got me started? Let's see here. Well, you guys start off with what your parents listened to, right? So my parents were into big band music. Like,
How old are you? Like 70?
yeah, like 84.
First concert, Benny Goodman.
84. Yeah, Barbara Streisand.
Benny Goodman.
Yeah, so they weren't really terribly. They were into that kind of music. But when I was a young teenager, I was a skate rat.
Okay.
Shaved the head with the long bangs.
Oh, I had that same stupid haircut
Oh
too.
yeah, dude. I was all into Lance Mountain and Steve Guerrero, whatever his name was, and Tony Hawk when nobody knew him.
Yeah.
And so I listened to a lot of hardcore, you know, Circle Jerks, Black Flag, Exploited, that kind of shit. And then I found this radio station, and I don't know how I found it. It was like a college or Detroit radio. I don't know. They were just playing metal and just really cool shit. And then
So that was like next level.
and I was
you
like,
then?
whoa, yeah. Next thing I did, I went out and I bought Master of Puppets, and I bought, let me see here, Rain and Blood, Master of Puppets, Among the Living, King Diamond's Abigail, and I think Iron Maiden's like Power Slave, and that was like, wow, something was in the water when between 83 and 87.
So basically, you stopped listening to hardcore punk.
yeah, I
and
went
like,
right to metal.
Really?
Yeah.
And never looked back.
No, I still listen to. No, I mean, I yeah, kind of. I mean, I listened to it but not nothing. But again, I'm like 16 now. Like,
Right.
get really, and then so metal really was like my thing.
Did you have like really long hair and shit at that point? Did you,
I did,
did you
dude.
grow that
I
shit
did.
out?
I
Fuck
did.
this shaved head. That looks stupid.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah. My hair goes fast.
Do you have like
too,
the
which was
big
great.
goody comb in your back pocket and all that shit?
No, but I did have a jean jacket, and I had a Cliff Burton. I made my own Cliff Burton tribute jacket.
Do you have a Misfits tattoo on your arm?
No.
Well, Cliff did.
He did. But I'm not Cliff.
Show off you're alive.
I know.
Fucking bragging.
I know.
Too soon?
Poor guy. He just had a
For
birthday.
40 years,
He
man.
just had a birthday. I think it was yesterday. I thought.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Well, rest in peace, Cliff.
Yeah, right on. And at the same time, though, I was also listening to, quickly getting into progressive rock too. So Rush and old Genesis. So really big fan of that stuff too. And
I mean, the two kind of go hand in hand a little bit, right?
kind of, yeah. I mean,
At least as far as my opinion, anyway.
Music's music, right? And if it moves you, that's all that matters. And so I was like, this is cool. And then obviously, I mean, huge repertoire. And then I started playing guitar, took lessons for a while.
What age?
12, 13. And I hated it. I quit. And
Why?
then-
Because it's hard?
No, I don't know. I just wasn't into it. At least what I remember. I just wasn't into
But
it.
you're into all this music and shit. Like,
I know.
so
Yeah, I don't know.
you buy a guitar and like.
Well, like a year and a half later, I picked it back up and I haven't stopped. Yeah,
It wasn't the time.
it wasn't the time.
Okay.
No, so I guess not. So, and then from there, it's I listen to all kinds of stuff now. I mean, I love playing metal, but I've been in country bands, I've been in jazz bands, I've been in wedding bands, I've been in 80s bands.
Well,
90s
again,
bands.
those bands get paid.
Like, yeah, they get paid.
We've all done
But
our
we've
share.
all done our share of that.
Yeah.
But I've always had a passion.
I have integrity,
Yeah, I just found that.
and I'm not good enough.
And
You just found it.
and
COVID really opened my eyes, man.
yeah. Actually, time to reflect. And so it's great. So it's great. So it's been great playing. I've always been writing my own music on the side and doing my own thing, but this has been great. I love it. I love playing guitar, writing guitar solos, and writing. Yeah, I love it. It's great. I love playing rock and roll. So it's super cool.
If you weren't in this band, would you play in a hardcore band?
I'd play in a hardcore band.
Would you?
Yeah, why not?
I'm just curious to see where your head's at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, if it moves me. Yeah, if it's aggressive and powerful, that's cool. I dig that shit.
Well, that's what hardcore is, sir. It's aggressive and powerful.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes some of it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is some shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
Some crap.
Yeah. So
Larry,
but yeah.
talk to me.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I have a little bit in common with everybody here that I grew up with a lot of music around. So my parents were really into music, lots of different kinds of music, everything from.
Were they players at all, or they were just listening to stuff?
My
around
dad
the house?
liked to mess around with the saxophone a little bit. He liked
That's cool.
big band stuff and stuff like that. And then I
Seems
was
to be
around
a theme here.
Yeah, and I grew up around. I was lucky to grow up with a lot of my classmates who were deep into music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the oldest guy in the band. It was a great time around Detroit area for like local music. There was quite a scene. I had friends who were their parents were connected like to the music scene a little bit, and so I was exposed to it. I was always into music. I just remember always like from my first record I got when I was like 5 or 6. I was a singing song. I just loved music.
What was that record? Do you remember?
I remember I liked American Pie, the Don McLean song. I had an Elton John album, stuff like that. Whatever records were around the house, I would listen to. Then when I got older, there were some people at the school I went to that there was a little band, and I got really interested in the drums. And I ended up in high school with a couple good friends who were. One was a really serious drummer.
I ended up in high school like like there was an option after 8th grade. Like I was gonna quit, but like I ended up in high school.
I woke up one day and I was in high school. Yeah. So I got really into. I wanted to learn to play the drums. So I was
It's so weird. Not many people end up in high school. Sorry,
It's crazy, man. Yeah. This life,
it's what you make it, man.
It's what you make it. So yeah,
Sorry.
no, the drums were interesting to me, and I started to play, started taking lessons, and then my first music interest was just like pop and rock stuff, I was like, oh, I love Van Halen. And my drummer friends were like, hey, check this out, check that out. So I got kind of into the progressive rock thing too. Rush became a big favorite. And then I kind of, because of my friends, I started working my way backwards. I get into like jazz fusion music, and then I started going way back into like jazz, like bebop and stuff like that, which is kind of where my heart settled, and that's kind of what I focused on. But I always loved playing all kinds of stuff. Played in a lot of bands over the years with a lot of different musicians. I still enjoy doing that. And then I'm not a guy who has a metal background, so I'm the sheep. What's the color sheep that doesn't?
That would be black.
The black sheep. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, but I did always love a lot of the hard rock music and stuff. So I definitely heard some of it, but I didn't grow up listening to it the way these guys did. So it's still a little bit newer to me.
Yeah.
But I just love music, and as long as I can remember, it was always just super important to me, and it still is. So
drummer wise, who would be your biggest influence?
There are three.
Or
How much time do we have?
There are three drummers. There were like
Go ahead.
my holy trinity. It would be Max Roach, Elvin Jones, and Tony Williams.
I've heard of Max Roach. That's about it.
Yeah, they're all like kind of like from the 50s and 60s ish.
Nobody Rich.
He's amazing too. It's a different style of
Badass.
music. Yeah, he's incredible. I was never as much into the big bands. I always like kind of like the smaller combos, like the quartets and quintets.
Yeah.
Blue Note records. I'm a big Blue Note fan. I loved like the 50s and 60s era, so I'm stuck in that. Can't get out of it. Is what it is.
It's all relatable though. I mean,
Yeah.
you can carry that over to any band of music, really.
Yep.
Right?
We love
that's
having
true.
a jazz drummer.
You
In a
what?
metal, we love having a jazz drummer
Is that why he plays
in a
the-
metal
like,
band. It's great.
It bounces
Yeah.
off the drum stool.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then I've been taking piano and music theory lessons for quite a few years too. So that's just not going to be playing keyboards in the band anytime soon. That's just
You might
love it.
be.
You never know.
You might be.
Never know.
Pulling
Maybe I can do the
pulling your
backing
ear.
tracks with my left hand on the keyboard instead of on the keyboard of the computer. And
Calm down, Eddie Van Halen.
We'll
Never
get
know,
you
man.
triggers.
Never know.
Yeah, right.
So
There was a band that came over here actually brought a little trigger pad, man. It was kind of cool. They played some rain sounds, just one little click on that thing, and
Well, Larry and I are the resident Rush fans, so
we are.
we geek out all the time together. So we're getting these guys into Rush. Yeah.
so I hate Rush, but hear me out on this one. I think collectively and individually, they're amazing freaking musicians. It's the music collectively when they play, I can't stand.
Right on.
Does that make sense at all?
Totally.
Because I appreciate how amazing they are at each of their instruments. Neil Peart, I don't know if he's the greatest drummer of all time, whatever. I saw this documentary of Rush from like the early 70s, before Neil Peart, whatever, and it was just crazy garage rock, man. And that stuff I actually really like a lot. And then you get this crazy awesome drummer, and then all of a sudden I don't like him anymore.
That's awesome.
Rush can be an acquired taste. I actually
No, it can't be, because apparently I've listened 40 something years and I still don't like them.
That's awesome.
Well, I've learned to appreciate them more. I, as a singer, my roadblock was always Geddy's voice. I wasn't a big fan of his singing. So, but musically, they're they're outmatched.
So you kind of see where I'm coming from them a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's interesting how Rush is they're huge fan base, but then there's also like a whole portion of the population that would turn that shit off.
There's a lot of haters out there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
so-
And for a long time, I was a hater. Like screw these guys, whatever. But all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? These guys are actually really good at their freaking instruments.
Oh yeah.
But I just don't like the fucking songs.
There
There's-
you go.
There's
It's
so
all
much
It's
music.
all about the songs.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can find it.
Different strokes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, fuck this. The interview's over.
That's all it took. I should have said this like an hour ago. Then I'm just playing.
Same here.
When you're ready to end the interview, just insult the band's favorite band. And just get all to stop.
I'll just get up and walk away. It's like bye. So, favorite venue that you guys would like to play at this point? What's your dream venue?
Rich's basement.
Well,
Yeah.
nailed it.
Done.
Yes. We can retire now.
Yes.
We peaked.
Yep.
Theandric, bro. There's Theandric.
You got a great setup here. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We had a great time, by the way. We had a great time.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Yeah.
No, playing. It was great.
You guys were freaking awesome, dude.
It was fun playing here.
I was thoroughly impressed. Again, like I played in a 3-4 chord little punk band, whatever. It's just mind-boggling what you guys are doing, man.
Thank you.
I can't believe you've only been playing together for a couple of years now. It would take me years and years to figure out one of your songs.
Oh, I think you'd get it.
I don't have the time.
I don't think you'll get it.
I don't have the energy. No, I wouldn't.
Okay, so venues.
Yes.
Well, we mentioned we played at Magic Bag, which was awesome.
Never played there.
Yeah,
Great sound system.
It is. Yeah, it's a great small little venue and
It's-
shit, man.
It's got the thump
Yeah.
system,
so
which
that
is
was cool.
great.
It just has like a great vibe when you walk in that door, man. It's got a thing about it, man.
We had a great crowd that night too.
Yeah, and what I love is pretty much anywhere you are, you have a good view. 'Cause
Yeah.
they've got the tiered kind of, it could be down front if you want. Then there's another level, and because I've seen some bands that I love, like King's X. They used to play at Magic Bag a lot, and now they play at the Token, and it kind of sucks because like the Token gets packed, and then you can't see anything. It's just like,
Well, I mean, be taller then.
I guess.
I mean, that's. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Break out the platforms.
What we do want to do is play some places outside Detroit, because last year we were hitting hard here locally, but we want to try to get some opportunities to.
You know,
push the boundaries.
speaking of, I didn't mean to cut you off. Speaking of,
God damn it!
Well, whatever. Detroit bands that I've talked to that go out of state, the response and the crowds are just there.
Cool. I hope that'll be the case.
For whatever reason that is. Maybe our town just sucks that people just don't go to venues, whatever. Apparently, everywhere else they go.
Yeah. Well, I have heard that some people have said like Detroit is hard as a scene, like in terms of like.
But why?
Yeah.
Why is it so freaking hard?
I don't know.
Detroit Rock City. Who
I
knows?
mean, yeah, we had Motown. We had.
Is
all
there
kinds of
there
great
just that many good bands that I don't have time to go see them all, so I'm going to go see none of them?
I don't know. It's crazy.
What the hell?
I know.
But one thing we can say we're excited about, in 2 weeks we're going to be playing and competing, if you will.
It's like a battle of bands.
Yes, this is actually Wacken Metal Battle USA.
You can't swear on here. What the hell did you say?
So there's a legendary metal festival in Germany where it's at a place called Wacken. W.
You guys are going to Germany?
Well, we hope so. But
Oh, it's a chance to play.
yeah.
Okay.
So the concert organizers have started 2 years ago, maybe this battle of bands, basically where every country has these shows that are a battle of the bands, and eventually whoever wins it all will play at that.
This has been a
that
2-year contest.
No, like they do
every
it each
year.
year.
Oh,
I think
okay.
they started it.
So it's
Okay.
all unsigned bands,
Yeah.
original
So,
music.
Yeah, unsigned bands, original music. Last year we submitted our stuff, and then they said, "Yeah, you
Come on
guys
up.
come compete." So we're going to be playing February 25th.
And where is this at?
This is at the Empire Concert Club in Akron, Ohio.
I have not been there.
I have not been there either, but it's Ripper Owens, formerly of Judas Priest. It's like his club.
Okay.
And it's probably like akin to maybe Token Lounge or something, I guess. I don't know. But
So what bands from like around the country are flocking here to fight for this spot?
yeah, there's like they have different cities where there's a battle. So there's LA, New York, I don't know, Pennsylvania or something. And then so Akron was the closest site that we could
Right.
participate in. So the day we play, there's like 4 or 5 other bands from different states.
Like from the region, whatever. I would
Yeah.
take it then. Okay.
Yeah. So we get to play like 20 minutes, do our thing.
Bring
and-
your best. Bring your
Yeah.
A game.
They're gonna grade us on everything. I don't know, performance, look, how fast you get your shit off stage, all that stuff.
Do you have your costume picked out yet? No.
Yeah, no. We're not.
Do better. Come on. You have one chance, man. Either look like an asshole or a fucking rock star.
Okay.
Either way, you're gonna stand out, man.
I thought we were gonna all have matching Detroit State of Mind hoodies to wear at the, but
That you guys be throwing out before you even played.
so maybe when you get some more merch, we can represent.
We can work on that.
So at least we know we're gonna be playing out of state in a couple weeks, and then
So that's exciting. That's cool.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
So-
stoked for it.
So if you guys make it past that round, then what happens?
I think then there's another show in Akron again.
We're going to regionals, man.
It's something like that where there's like another round.
It's like an 80s John Hughes movie.
Yeah, totally. I don't know.
Another
yeah.
round or two, right?
Yeah. I imagine
Something like
eventually
that.
it probably.
What, in Ohio again, or?
I don't know.
There's one more in Ohio. This is the next round. And then after that, who knows? I don't know if it's New
The
York
next one, you should show up and just heckle the shit out of all the bands.
There we go. Right.
Just
Fuck you.
at that show, you don your gear.
Yeah.
Like we're big fans from out of state. We thought Theandric was playing tonight again.
Right.
Just lie and make it up, dude. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
Screw it.
Bring a herd of people.
Oh yeah.
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 Rent a bus. Bring all your family. Bring Gammy, 90-year-old Gammy, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Bring them
Let's
all.
do it. That's right.
Pack that bar with Theandric shirts.
Yes.
No,
I love it. Yeah.
If you don't do this, you'd be a fool.
Is there Akron State of Mind we could hit up in the meantime?
After Budapest is done,
Okay.
Budapest.
We got so many fans.
We're
there.
huge in Budapest right now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you
That's
guys
awesome.
are wild.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So future's looking bright. We got some good opportunities and still writing new stuff. You know, we played some of the new songs tonight and hopefully eventually get to the studio to really we'd like to do a full length album because you know.
So how many songs would that be? Because your guys' songs are like 6 minutes long. So so like what do you get on like a CD these days? Is it like 70 minutes, 72 minutes, an hour?
Yeah,
So you get,
it's
like-
probably. But we'd rather do quality over quantity. I think.
Valid.
You know, probably like we've talked about some of the classic albums that are just like 4 songs on each side. You know, 45-minute. Like some of those albums are amazing. So, I bet we could do a killer LP that's just like all killer, no filler.
So which brings me to my next question. What are you writing about, and how the hell do you remember all these lyrics to these freaking songs? I mean, obviously, there's some long intros in there and whatever, but
Right.
you're writing a lot of lyrics here, man.
This is true. Yeah. Well, I love literature and poetry. I think I talked about some of the inspiration of some of the songs.
So do you think that helps in your writing as far as like recalling like lyrics and actually penning the songs themselves?
Yeah, I think certainly. Well, I approach lyrics like maybe it's a lost art, but I like lyrics that rhyme. So I spend a lot of time kind of like shaping the lines and figuring out, does it flow well? So the rhymes help for memorization.
But they always don't. Some of my favorite songs, they don't rhyme at all.
It's true.
Which I think to me that's actually harder to write a song like that. It's easier to kind of rhyme a little bit. I'm not saying what you're writing is simplistic by any means, because obviously you're freaking out there, man.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's true. I guess I don't know. Every lyricist has their approach. Flight Among the Tombs, it was a reflection, and not only it was kind of what we were living right now at the time of the pandemic, where every day was about sickness and death, in the news and
Sad.
the fear involved of trying to, I had a young family. We're trying to navigate all that. So, but at the same time, we were being active creatively and making music together, and so that song was kind of about, we're not dead yet. We're alive and we're going to keep on being active. And, so the idea of like, there are tombs there, but we're going to fly above them. We're like, it's not our time yet. So, that's
Fucking Jim Morrison over here.
that's the
This is
chorus
the end.
there. On standing stones, our names not yet engraved. Is that line. So yeah, I don't know. Also the Bible, I come from Christian background, so there's a lot of metal stuff in the Bible, old and new.
Oh, for sure.
Some of that always, I can't help but that kind of seeps through in some of the lyrics. Yeah, so I think we've mentioned Iron Maiden. They're a great example of somebody who Steve Harris always writes songs from whether it's a movie or a classic book or something. Like we like to tell stories in our music, so it's painting a lot of pictures.
What was the instrumental song you guys played at the end?
The El Cid March.
Again, I swear I've heard that guitar lick somewhere, especially like you bust into that lead. I'm like, I know this from something, man.
Yeah.
What movie was it?
So there's a movie called El Cid that was back in, 50s, 60s. Charlton Heston was the actor. A big biblical epic kind of movie, like, It was about I guess there was a Spanish warlord, and his name they called him El Cid, which literally means like the Lord. He was a
Sounds like a Tarantino flick or something.
yeah, he was like a
Watch
big,
out for El Cid.
big warrior. And I've never actually seen the movie, but yeah, like
But that song is in the movie?
yeah, that's part of the soundtrack. Like
How have you never seen the movie?
so, well, we did
You're
another.
a goddamn hypocrite, man.
I gotta put that on my Netflix queue.
Tonight, sir.
Okay. Well, I always liked this composer's music. Miklos Rosa is his name, and this
Okay.
is the guy from Hungary. So he wrote music for all these Hollywood movies, King of Kings, Ben-Hur, El Cid. So we had done another version of a song, King of Kings, and put it up on YouTube. And somebody commented on the video like, "Oh, this is so cool! Can you guys do El Cid March?" Like, I don't know. Okay. So yeah. So then I had to hunt down the score to the music and figure out how would a metal band do this. And everybody was like, "Yeah, let's try it."
So, do you all read music?
I do. I think Larry does.
Yeah, not really.
Not at all.
I do everything by ear and
Really?
Mhm.
That's impressive. I'm sorry. That's freaking impressive, man.
These are
I can't read music.
These
either,
are
though.
master guitarists. They don't need sheets.
I don't.
They just,
I don't need your sheet.
we don't need no stinking sheet music. They just their fingers. They know what the hell they're. It's badass. I mean, I love just like watching them. Right? When we did the Valley of Dry Bones, it's crazy.
That's
it's just
fun.
like that's always an epic part of the shows. It's watching the dueling guitar leads.
Dude, the very end, we're standing there, he's freaking playing the bass, whatever, and you guys just standing there bored. All of a sudden, you bust in these freaking licks. I'm sitting there, I'm watching and listening, like, there's no deviation whatsoever. You guys are dead freaking on, man.
Yeah, so badass.
that's a fun song.
You guys
That's
are
like our thrash song.
Yeah,
It's like
kind of, yeah.
It's got a little bit of that old school hardcore-y,
You guys
feel
have some
to it.
like little breakdowns in the middle. You kind of go into a little hardcore every once in a while, then you come back.
I love the power, and
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. Like metal is actually very broad. So we got doom metal, we got traditional metal, thrash metal, progressive. Like we like.
You guys are all over the place, man.
It's all just throw it into the cauldron of riffs.
Yeah. I've never heard a band like you guys before. I'm not even like,
Cool.
it's
that's
wild,
cool.
dude. We've had metal bands here, just straightforward, whatever. You guys are all over the freaking place, dude.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
That's kind of our approach.
yeah, I think
really,
so.
honestly,
like,
is
So how long does it take you guys to write a song? Because again, 6 minute like epic soliloquy, blah blah, whatever you want to call it, man.
well, usually it takes me. I'm usually like starting from an idea, and it takes several weeks of. Thus far, our method has been where I'm working on a song, and I like to kind of like put it all together. So there's bass, drums, guitars, and the vocals, and so I kind of do a demo where I'm trying to give the guys the best picture of this. This is what I'm hearing.
So you're recording all this yourself, and they're like, "Hey, here's what I got," type thing, whatever.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll give them a finished demo where it's like this is what I had in mind, but then
So at that point, do they basically just the song's probably never the same when you guys actually play it together, right?
it can be close, but they
Because everyone's gonna bring their own flavor, obviously.
for sure. Like the both guys, I like them to they have a space to create their solos or compose their guitar solos. And then we'll certainly discuss like some of the arrangement or ways of approaching some of the riffs. So it does like it's always the case that they make it better. So like I put out there like okay, but I know whatever I've written is
Here's version 1.0.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time it becomes theandricified or whatever, it's
good base level.
Yeah.
It's like good laying the foundation.
Yeah.
Get a good vibe for one. Do you like it? Does it move you?
That was actually gonna be my next question.
Yeah.
Has he ever gave you guys something like this is garbage?
Everything I play.
No. I'm
just
saying
kidding,
like
of
a
course.
demo that he's given you guys. Like I don't like this at all. I mean, obviously you have to give the college try.
Yeah, we've had
But I mean, not
couple
every,
early
not,
on.
not everything's going to be good.
No.
You know, just because
Yeah.
you like it or you like it.
Well,
whatever.
that's a great point, Rich. I mean, the 4-song EP came out of like, I think 9 songs.
Yeah.
So not all of them stick.
No.
Yeah, there were
So,
a few, a few sonic abortions.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if you write something, have a couple beers, like, dude, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
Next day, this is garbage.
Yep. It's good to sleep on it. Let
Yeah.
it percolate for a couple of weeks.
There's
sometimes,
there's a
and
song.
listen to it again.
I remember in 2021, there was a song I worked on for weeks and weeks, and I was like totally excited about it, and then I shared it with the guys, and it was
And
like,
they shit on you, huh?
well, no, but they were clear, like, yeah, it's cool, but
Yeah, they did.
no, they were very good. They were honest. Like, I wrote this song that ended up being more like a prog rock, like Genesis or something kind of thing, and there wasn't much guitar going on, so
Right.
I loved it, but I realized later, I'm like, yeah, it's not really fitting in with our Theandric sound. So sometimes songs
Side
are-
project.
yeah, for my solo record.
There you go, Larry.
or whatever.
My solo record.
Yeah,
Do another jazzy side project.
yeah. So I think I'm trying to grow in accepting criticism. That's part of being an artist. So I work on something and I'm close to it, and I feel passionate about it. But it's good to be able to bounce ideas off each
So,
other.
do you guys write collectively then? Like you're at practice, whatever, and like a riff comes up, you just start like just writing a song right then and there, or
We haven't really done that so much yet. Yeah, we've been kind of driven though by like where we got our songs that we recorded, and then it's getting ready for the next gig. So we haven't had yet the leisure time to like, hey, let's just jam and see what happens.
We've had
Well,
a
again-
few of those moments, but primarily, like Aaron and I will work on our own stuff on the side, like ideas,
yeah.
riffs, progressions.
I mean, it kind of makes
and then
sense
we
because
send it to this guy right here, and then he.
your songs are
puts it
so
together.
intricate. To actually like write a song at practice, you'll burn a whole practice and probably get like, I don't know, like halfway in or some shit, like whatever. You know?
Right. Yeah, time's precious, right?
Yeah,
So,
time's more valuable actually practicing the songs.
Yeah,
right.
I think
So-
metal is not. I've never found metal to be a great genre for improv. Like we could jam jazz fusion stuff together and come up with stuff, but I never like. For me, metal is a very like structured kind of like intentional thing. So like, I don't know. It just works for me to like have the time to work on things alone and then bring it to the guys later.
Speaking of Larry's influence, guys thought about writing kind of like a jazz song, kind of like just kind of slowing it down and just like getting funky on a track.
Yeah,
or
why
what?
It's
not?
funny you said that. We did an acoustic show
That's
of our
right.
music.
We did.
And we took the songs you heard today and flipped them upside down. And so we jazzed them up. We changed tempos. We changed the way I approached the song with playing on the guitar. I would completely play it differently. And it was
So how'd it go? Was it fun?
a blast.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And what's great about that is because
Was it
it's-
hard though? Hard to kind of transpose that from, okay, I've heard it this way, played it this way a million times, and I'm gonna completely change it up.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it was sort of like you were in the neighborhood, but things you couldn't recognize the
It's almost
trees.
it's like playing. It's almost playing like a different song, even though it's the same song, though, right?
Yeah. We totally reapproached them, the songs completely.
You should record them that way.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Even if you just do it for the fun of it.
No, absolutely. We've actually talked about the next, like we were saying, doing the full record,
Yeah.
and then having the entire thing done, every song in the same tracks, acoustically, but completely different.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Kinda
so
like-
it'd be like a double thing.
Kind of
So
like CD2 is.
kind of, yeah. And
I dig that. That's freaking cool, man.
yeah. So you'd hear one song, you're like, oh my god, I just had my face melt off, and then you flip it and you play the same song,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you hear it completely approached in a different style.
If you come in at the right Patreon level, you can get those.
Now we gotta set that up.
I've had a Patreon for 2 years. I never even advertised it.
So yeah, so to answer your
That'd be
question,
cool.
that was
like
fun.
String
you know?
section. Oh, man,
yeah.
that'd be fucking badass.
Yeah, and Larry's a huge key to that, rhythmically and
Throw him a
sonically
bone,
things.
man.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
great. That's like I said earlier. It's great having a jazz drummer. Just it's music again, and just
Look, he's
yeah, it's
smiling like a
awesome.
mofo right now.
Yeah, he's awesome.
The acoustic thing was a lot of fun, and that came together pretty quick. I mean, I think
Real
we had a
quick.
rehearsal like a couple days before, and we're like, let's try this, and we did it, and
Yeah.
we had fun doing it. It was pretty fun.
What was the
Unfortunately,
bebop one?
Aaron was sick,
Dun,
so he
dun,
couldn't
dun,
join
dun,
us.
dun. Yeah.
But so the next,
So it was the three of us, and we pulled it together in a week.
But yeah, that's actually on the horizon. We want to have Theandric acoustic be a regular part of what we can do, because also not only because the songs can exist in these different ways, but also we'd like to play more places, more opportunities, and there's only just so many metal clubs.
So are you guys familiar with Clutch? Obviously, you have
Yeah,
to.
sure.
So
Yeah.
they,
from the prison planet. Oh, sorry.
so there's that. So they have an instrumental band that it's the same guys in Clutch, but they open up for themselves.
Oh, cool.
I can't remember the name of the band. Anyway, you guys should open up for yourselves as an
Nice.
acoustic band, and then you get double paid.
That's a great idea.
I love that.
I love
Yeah.
Will
Because why
Paul
not?
Cobb make us buy twice as many tickets?
If you say his name one more time, I'm going to crawl across this table.
I'm sorry. I don't want us to be blacklisted in this town.
No, I heard he moved anyway.
Do the editing thing there so we can
Nope,
have another
nope.
gig.
I love talking shit about that motherfucker. Fuck him.
Oh man, that's a great idea though.
And speaking
actually-
of,
Why not?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for example, King's X is playing at the Token in April. And
Yeah, I
we,
saw
we
that.
would love to open for that show, but we're not going to be selling tickets, so they're going to have to call
I don't
us.
know that he's actually doing the booking there. Again, I heard he moved out of town.
Unfortunately, I saw him on Facebook this week saying, "Need local bands for this, hit me up."
Oh, okay.
So,
Well,
anyway.
what are you going to do?
I don't know. We're going to get Theandric so huge that eventually people will be asking us, "Please come play." And
That'd be nice.
I mean, that's the goal, right?
yeah.
That'd be nice.
So in the meantime, we just grind it out.
Yep.
So then you
our
hang out
thing.
in St. Clair Shores at my house.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right, we're going to take one more quick break, and then we're going to wrap this up. See what you guys got going on in the future, coming up, gigs, yada, yada, inspirations, whatever.
All right, cool.
I got to pee so bad.
Pee break. Without a leg to stand, paralyzed by pride, its heart was petrified. And pearls rose and pearls fall. I see the queen is standing tall. Lady of humility, doctor of divinity, on 2 feet you stand, upright with bending hand. Give me the ability to share in your humility, to kneel as well as stand, to remember who I am, a fragile mortal man. Oh, oh.
from a hallowed land. On his knees he crawled up the mountain top to stand. He had a vision of a world worth and blow. Her heart was bleeding for many. Lady of humility, doctor of divinity, on 2 feet you stand, upright with beckoning hand. Give me the ability to share in your humility, to kneel as well as stand, to remember who I am. The power of divinity took on our humanity, like water into wine, human and divine. From the son of man to us, one like Ozymandias is our true King of kings, King of kings. The lone and level stands stretched far away, far away, far away. The lone and level stands stretched far away, far away, far away. The lone and level stands stretched far away. The lone and level sand stretched far away, far away,
I'm Chris.
I'm the natty guy.
And I'm Luke Paul.
And I'm Zarch. And what are you guys listening to?
Detroit
State of Mind.
Oh yeah!
No! No!
Oh yeah!
No!
Yeah!
I'm gonna explode.
You guys talking about me?
Yeah.
You look like James Hetfield.
Are you serious?
Yep. A little bit.
You're probably like the 15th band to fucking say that.
Yeah. You sound like him too a little bit.
I don't see it, man.
I'm telling you. That man right there was Hetfield.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Dave's gonna love this when he edits this shit.
He's a metal god. It's a compliment.
He's good, man.
Great songwriter.
I was into like rap when I was in like middle school, whatever. My stepbrother, total freaking metalhead, whatever. He gave me a copy of Master of Puppets. And I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like my world changed like overnight, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So I do appreciate Metallica like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, the new stuff, the new album, Seasons, 76 Seasons or something like that. First couple songs are pretty good. They're pretty good.
The first one I heard, I can't remember the name of it. It was pretty freaking solid. The thing is, like who's ever producing their records now, they're so polished. They don't have that raw sound that they had, back in early 80s. But obviously, recording, production, it's obviously a lot better now. But it doesn't have to be better though. Like make it dirty, make it gritty, make it raw.
They did try that on like Saint Anger and then
Too much.
Oh, with that snare.
Oh yeah,
that trash can.
The infamous snare.
Yeah.
And then Death Magnetic with
I actually
Rick
love
Rubin.
I love Death Magnetic.
Yeah, his whole goal was, at least from what I've read, was Rick's was like trying to capture Master of Puppet days, that kind of thing. But you're right,
It definitely had that vibe.
Yeah, the last couple albums they recorded at their headquarters, at their HQ there.
Yeah,
everything's set up there, and they do that's comfortable and nice. You don't have to go anywhere; just show up to work. But you're right; they've got their sound, which I understand though. That's like making a painting. That's their. When you hear it, you're like, it's Metallica, and that's hard to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Whether you like it or not, that's my opinion as a musician. That's kind of tough to do.
I think they could have stopped at Injustice for All and been one of the best metal bands of all time.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
And then all of a sudden you got the Black Album.
I love that album. Oh, I hear you.
There's
a total shift.
There's one track on there of Wolf and Man.
Great song.
I love that freaking song. It just.
I saw that 2 or 3 times.
It just they're like different guys. Like they cut their hair off, got some mascara going on, or
that was Load and Reload era.
That wasn't a Black Album.
No.
Okay, well,
Black was
then.
Black Album. They toured in that came out in 91. I think they toured till 93.
I know it was after.
But you're right. They
like,
cut their hair off and they did the makeup and all that jazz. That was Load Reload. That was the mid to late 90s.
But how do you?
But you're right. That was like heavy rock. It was like heavy rock.
I would say it went into the mainstream. They're like, how can we make more money? Well, we're going to get Bob Rock to produce this, and we're going to make it sound like $1 million, and we're going to write Nothing Else Matters, and then chicks all over the world be like, I love that song. And then I would go to see the show and be like, who are all these people here? Why are there ladies here?
Yeah, no.
For our EP, we did consciously produce...
We're not back yet.
Oh, we're not back. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
We were just talking... Oh.
Now you may speak.
Oh, thanks. I'm always on, so Well, I was getting annoyed because I'm like, why are we fucking talking about Metallica? This
respect
is
the $10 Amazon thing.
It's got a snap to it.
I like that.
I really bug out to it.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, carry on.
No, well, we're talking about production and for our EP, we did have consciously an idea that we wanted to be not so like perfect polish. We wanted to have some element of
grit and dirt.
Yeah, some element of
Absolutely.
danger and like where you can feel the fingers on the guitars, like something that would seem more authentic, So
do you play with a pick or no?
I mostly play with a pick, but I'll do some finger stuff on bass too.
So are you bigger of a fan of the finger style or like the attack of playing with a pick on a bass?
Well, most of my bass playing career I played with fingers always, but I think for metal I've tended more towards a pick because you need to have precise timing, and I think.
But you can also hear the attack on the strings and
it feels better viscerally. Sometimes it just be chunking away at riffs. Yeah. So I've done more picking.
I think metal's too warm, or playing with your fingers too warm of a tone to play bass for metal. I mean, that's just my ear, my taste, whatever.
Yeah. I know, when Jason Newsted replaced Cliff, that was in some ways that was sort of like a bonus from his playing that he gave him. As you know, of course, Cliff Burton was a god and he had his own style, but Jason did give them a certain tightness.
He really brought the thunder to that first album that he wasn't on.
Yeah, Garage Days. Poor guy.
And Justice for All.
Yeah.
Have you actually heard it remixed?
I have.
Sounds
With the bass
so
brought
good.
up?
Sounds great.
Yeah,
Sounds so
cool.
I got to tell you, I actually like it better with the bass kind of hidden.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm
because you're
so
so
used-
used to it though.
Yeah.
It's that album and it, again, they were able to create a sound. The minute you heard the first note of it,
Yeah.
sonically, you were like, "Ah, Justice for All."
Yeah.
Again, that's brilliant. I think it's great. It's really hard to do.
Again, they could have stopped right there, man. To me, that was one of the best albums of my youth.
Oh yeah,
it's a great album.
It's
I played-
fantastic.
Played
Great
the
album.
crap out of that cassette.
Saw that tour. It was great. They played at Kobo. That was their first headlining tour.
I saw them on the GNR.
Yeah,
yeah,
the thing
saw
that
that
was
tour
it
too.
Silverdome, whatever.
Yeah, that was the Black Album tour.
Faith No
I think.
More, and
That was Black Album.
Metallica. And
I
With,
thought that-
with Guns N' Roses, Metallica, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They did, between that, they did Monsters of Rock with Van Halen, Kingdom Come, and a few other acts. Yeah. That was the Garage Days Revisited.
I saw
Silverdome is one of the worst places to see a freaking concert besides
really?
State Fairgrounds. Cement
Silverdome.
everywhere, just
Just
echo
reverb,
and
echo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
yeah.
Well, it's not.
I'm sorry, what were we gonna say?
I was driving up 75 the other day, and they had one of those billboards that changed the picture ever so often. There was a thing up there for the Metallica shows coming
In November?
in this. Yeah, And I'm
Really?
like, man, I want that kind of advertising budget where I can put Theandric billboards up.
Yeah, they're advertising 10 months in advance.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's like Enjoy Coke or something. I mean, they have so much money. We're gonna just
Yeah, they
advertise
have
all the time.
So much.
A friend of mine's boyfriend's birthday was the other day, and there's a billboard on 94 you can rent out. I don't know what she paid for it. Had his face on there. Happy birthday,
cool.
blah, blah,
Oh, that
blah.
is cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Can't be more than a couple $100 or something like that, I would
Yeah.
think.
Hope you drove by it.
I did not. I saw it on Facebook.
That's gonna be for the next. I think for the full length album, I want any billboard in Detroit that has that lady Jumana on it. I want Theandric logos on.
Have you noticed, like, over the years, she's gotten a little better looking? Like her makeup's getting better. The lips are getting, like, more normal. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's fake news. I think there's some graphic design people who are like, how can we make this more palatable?
Photoshop.
Yeah, totally.
Thanks, Adobe.
I'm hoping to get in a car accident one day where I can hire that woman.
Yeah, but just
Yeah.
see if it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She might not even be real. She might just be like the face of the company.
it's true.
And
She's like,
some guy
who
named
knows?
Steve works there or something like that.
It's been all a scam.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the Wizard of Oz. You pull the curtain and it's like, wait, there's no Jumana here. It's some midget guy. One leg.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. All right, so let's wrap this up. So what shows you guys have coming up? What do you want to plug? You got some Bandcamp pages,
Sure.
Facebook, Spotify. What you got? Lay it on the line.
Start with the website, right?
Okay. Yeah. Well, we do have simplest thing is theandric.com, TheAndric. And then from there, you can link to all our socials, Instagram.
Do you have a link tree?
And we don't have Linktree. But, you know,
That's what the kids are doing these days.
I can't keep up
Do you have
with
a
all
TikTok?
that. I have an individual TikTok. We
This
haven't
band will
done
be dead in a year.
Theandric.
Come on, man. Step up your game.
That's one thing we're horrible at.
Same.
Facebook,
Not
Instagram,
into that.
MySpace. We got a MySpace.
Do you really?
No.
No, they're actually still around. It's all music now. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
I don't think anyone's going there,
Yeah.
but
It's
I pop on it every once in a while. Check it out. There's actually some cool shit on there.
okay.
We've got like Instagram,
We'll get on that.
Twitter,
Yeah, Twitter,
Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook.
the usuals, suspects.
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Not
Paul.
at this time.
Do you have the orange and black one? I mean, that's all you gotta say. Everyone knows.
Well,
Yeah. So also Bandcamp. Yeah, I would say for those of you who are new to Theandric music,
That's where I was listening to you guys this morning.
yeah, check out Flight Among the Tombs EP 1 year anniversary today.
Something said sold out this morning.
Well, the physical CDs are sold out.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, all the streaming services you can find our stuff.
Which begs the question: are you guys actually selling physical CDs at shows? Are people buying those these
Yeah.
days?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are they?
In fact, what was really cool was when we released, and a lot of people in Europe ordered CDs, and then at the end of the year, we were featured on a YouTube channel called "It's New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal." They have like 7,000 subscribers or whatever, and
Show offs.
so they shared
me.
they shared our
Fucking
EP.
just Simpson me, man. Fuck you, Nelson.
So that was cool because we sold out. Like we had a few CDs left and sold out. So
Did these guys reach out to you, or did they just played your stuff and
we kind
or
of
what?
Yeah, they actually did reach out and said if we would be cool with them uploading it on their channel.
Did you guys like interview with them, or
No,
they just shared out your guys' stuff?
Yeah, like there's sort of we're in that sort of circle of a niche of traditional heavy metal renaissance because there's a lot of bands that are kind of renewing that type of metal, and so I think we just ended up on the radar.
Is that sound big over there right now, or?
I think there's a lot of bands that are that there's a growing hunger for the type of metal that we do, where there's probably the clean vocals are a feature, and the melodicism along with the heaviness. Yeah,
That is something different about you guys' sound. A lot of bands that I'm hearing lately, it's, a lot of screaming, a lot of quite honestly, I can't understand the lyrics.
yeah. I don't have that skill. I admire people that because there's a lot of great dirty, or if you want to call it guttural vocals, that people that do that I love, but it's just not my style, so it doesn't fit with
Fair
our
enough.
music. So yeah, so you can check out our music on all streaming places. We're gonna be competing for Wacken in 2 weeks, and then we got some shows later this year.
Where at? Hello.
So, yeah. So let's see. April 5th.
This is your chance, man.
All right.
We're so
April
bad at
5th.
this.
April 5th.
I just want to play guitar.
We got April 5th at Corktown Tavern, opening up for the Reticent. I think it's a prog metal band. And then
Are they local or?
No, I think I forget. They're somewhere in the Midwest.
Virginia?
I forget.
There's metal bands in Virginia?
Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Aren't they from Virginia?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We got May 21st at Smalls with Among These Ashes and Tyrant and some other bands. Oh, wait, it's got this fancy.
What, a calendar?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
New thing that you can tell time and day. I don't know. That's the new thing. They say the kids love it. So, yeah. So just, follow us on all those places and keep up with all the exciting things.
Yeah, it's only a few shows so far.
So as far as recording, anything gonna be coming out this year?
Your lips to God's ears. I think it would be good. I would say, yeah, let's look at
You're hem-hawing here, sir.
well, yeah, because we're in ongoing discussions about this. I mean,
Okay.
we have a good crop of new songs, and we just need a couple more, and then hit the studio. So yeah,
Why not just record as you go?
that's another option too.
Do you guys record your own songs? Or you got go to a studio, whatever?
For the EP, we went to the Loft Studios in Saline, Michigan.
Nice.
So Tim and Andy paddle in, and they did.
I've heard okay things about that place.
It's awesome.
I'm joking, dude.
It's great.
The place rules. I've
Yeah.
never been there myself.
It's
I know
great.
a lot of people that record there. Great.
I've recorded there
great,
several times. It's
yeah,
great.
Great quality recordings come out of that joint.
Yeah,
And Tim's
sure.
great. Tim and both those guys, but we recorded primarily with Tim.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was great. So
We want whatever we do, we want it to be fucking kick-ass and a masterpiece right off the bat.
Why are you so
like,
angry? Jesus, dude.
I'm a metal musician, and I take this shit seriously. Like, we're not fucking around. This is Theandric. The songs got to be fucking amazing.
The one thing I did notice, your logo's not pointy enough. Have you thought about changing that where I can't actually read what it says?
Well, that would go along with pronunciation too.
Yeah, that is hard.
Right?
You need like
You'd be like,
you need like an umlaut above the A or something like that.
yeah.
Could do that.
Yeah, some of those logos, I can't, I don't even know what they say. They're like just sharp
It's
squig.
like
It looks
it's
like
twigs.
Yeah, it's like thorns, like just
Yeah.
ivy thorns and stuff.
I don't understand that. I don't get it myself.
I'll hear a band. I'm like, oh, this is great. If it wasn't written in Helvetica, and I just saw their logo, I'd be like, I don't know who you are. You know, like I can't. It just.
It's funny you say Helvetica because I was actually messing around with a thumbnail for you guys for this podcast next week, and I actually used Helvetica.
Oh, right on.
I adore that fucking font.
Oh, it's great. There's actually a documentary on it.
Is there really?
Mm-hmm. Check. I think it's on Netflix. It's great.
As far as what, like people's love
of Helvetica, the history of Helvetica. It's like the number one used font in the
Sounds
world.
like a metal band, doesn't it?
Helvetica.
Dude, it should be.
It should be. That's great. I think there might be a band.
Oh, I
called
gotta look this
Helvetica.
up now.
Yeah, I think there might be one. Okay. But yeah, was it Helvetica New?
No.
Oh.
I don't know if I have that one on my Mac. Maybe I do. I'm not sure.
I think you might.
The titles of
Is
their
it a
albums
stop,
are
stop font?
I'm a Mac guy. I think it's on there.
the titles of their albums are bold, underlined.
That's right.
I can't wait till Italic Part 2 comes out.
Yeah, that's right.
Italica?
Yeah, that's right.
Strike through.
This is bold. 12 point.
Oh, so nerdy.
Oh my god, I love this. All right, anyways, thank you guys
Hey,
for coming
man,
over.
thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. You guys are kick ass. I can't wait. Again, the stuff start coming out Monday. Please like, share, subscribe, all that bullshit, people. And until next time, thank
Thanks
y'all.
so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Peace out.
Thank you, Rich.
Detroit state of mind.
Budapest state of mind.
I'm hungry.
Good times. Good times. Oh shit! I gotta be a roadie now.
generations of suffering and loss, of trials and tribulations, the way of the cross. The way of the cross. The way of the
I'm Dave, and he's Rich, and thanks for tuning in to the Detroit State of Mind podcast. Join us again next week for more shenanigans and probably a lot of fucking swear words. Good evening, sleep tight, don't let the fucking bed bugs bite, all that other good shit.
With the Detroit State of Mind podcast.
The Detroit State of Mind podcast.
Detroit State of Mind podcast.
The Detroit State of Mind podcast.
Fuck you.
I wish they'd play my band. I doubt it.
Fuck you.